Hey Taurus, welcome to your weekly forecast for September 2nd through the 8th. We're going to connect here and see what is going on for the week ahead for our Taurus friends, Taurus Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm using two different oracle decks this week because I feel like people have been in some deeper emotions. And for that reason, I like to use oracle decks when I feel the energy is that way. We're going to pull your spirit messages for the week from this card, and then your weekly messages here, and then a spirit message from that deck. So we're going to see what's going on. And as always, if you want to know which decks I'm using, I always have that info in the description of the video. Here's your Monday, Tuesday, your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, Taurus friends, what is going on? Trust, Taurus. Trust. Your theme over the past, I don't know if I want to say weeks or months. It's been a while. You guys are going through some pretty significant changes, and it might be getting a little challenging for you to trust the process. I feel like a lot of people are going through some really big crossroads right now in the collective energy because there's a lot of really big planetary shifts that are happening that have not happened in quite some time. This is my personal belief, I believe that we're kind of going through another renaissance, like a second renaissance, the same way that in the past, people came out of the dark ages. I feel like a few years from now, we're going to look back at, the era that a lot of us grew up in and view those as the dark ages. I think a lot of people are coming into a time of enlightenment. And with that comes a lot of transition and a lot of changes. And so Taurus, you're going through some really big ones. And it might feel a little overwhelming and it might feel a little bit scary. The message here on this card, the symbolism is that this deer may take off at any time and it could just kind of throw her off. But she's got these wings here, so she's able to fly if that were to happen. So take some time, Monday, Tuesday, and examine the things that make you worried or that you're worried about. And then be honest with yourself about the skills and the abilities that you have, the ways in which you're going to be okay. Even if that did happen, the ways in which you're going to be okay. And focus on that. Find where your wings are. Focus on your wings. So take some time to just sit and say, okay, that's kind of a scary thought. Okay, all right, well, that could go wrong. But if it were to happen, what would I do? How would I get through it? What are some things that I could rely on? What are some things that I could do to bring about change? And see all of the things about you that make you capable and that make you ready to handle whatever may be coming up again, ahead of the road. Those of you who are on my Instagram and Facebook, go and read the message for Saturday, the 31st of August, because this is a lot of what that message was about. And there's a whole thing written there about trusting that you are where you're meant to be in this moment, trusting that things are headed in the right direction, and not being so critical and not being so hard on yourself for where you are, right? Or not being somewhere else sooner. This is about faith and trust and knowing that you're going to be okay, knowing all the things that make you prepared for the future and make you prepared for whatever come what may down the road, down that uncertain road ahead. Your Wednesday, Thursday card, Taurus, is Innocence. This card is stalking us. I'm telling you, it's come up for so many of the signs. And it seems to keep coming up in the middle of the week. Something is happening in the collective of the week. This almost makes me feel like there might be some really big news story in the middle of the week that might surprise some of us or make us feel that we've been very naive to some truth or something we should have seen that's been all around us, only because it keeps coming up. And when I have a card like this that keeps coming up in this particular theme, it makes me wonder if there's going to be something that breaks in the news Wednesday, Thursday, that everybody's just kind of taken aback by or surprised by, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. And when I say something big breaking, I mean like a revelation. Maybe not necessarily like an event, like a big event, but something where it's a big event and that something is being revealed, some truth is being revealed. I'm just curious to see. But overall, on a personal level, this card is reminding you, Taurus, that you are worthy of love as you are now. Those of you who are having a hard time with your relationships, this is asking you to try to connect and communicate on a very basic level, right? When I see this card, it makes me think of when I used to teach preschool and I would overhear the children have these funny little conversations on the playground where one kid would say, "Hey, do you like dinosaurs?" And they're like, "Yeah, I love dinosaurs." And they're like, "Me too, we should get married," like, or little things like that. Like, just children find such simple ways to connect with each other and to bond friendships in very simple ways, simplifying things. We really complicate it as we get older, right? And we may have complex personalities. We may have complex emotions. We may be quite multi-layered people. But if we could just, at the end of the day, see our fellow man and as somebody, a human being that has similar wants and desires and fears to our own, and connect in that way, there's a lot less loneliness. Sometimes we create division, and I feel like this card is asking you, Taurus, to look for where it is that you are creating division. Where is it that you are putting walls up? Where is it that you are causing yourself to behave differently from who you are to impress somebody else, or to give people a certain impression about you that isn't even necessary when you're already enough and already lovable as you are in this moment now? Something to ponder on. It's a deep subject. It's a deep topic. This keeps coming up, but it keeps coming up. Some of you might have, and again, I don't focus too much on love and the weekly forecasts. You guys know this, and I always say I do the love readings separate. So the September love readings are already up, and there's a link to those in the description of the video if you want to watch that for more love details after this one. But I feel as far as love life goes, for some of you, Taurus, midweek, either you might be trying to fix something with an existing partner, but like I said, taking it back, finding the common ground. Those of you who are in the market looking for somebody new, or you might be like kind of getting to know somebody new, you may be slowing it down a little, because you might be like, you know what, I really want to connect with this person on a soul level, and I don't want to feel like I'm jumping into bed, or I don't want to feel like I have to be sexy, or I don't want to feel like this person is only in the relationship for those reasons. And you're finding more meaningful, sweeter, cuter ways to connect, where it feels more genuine and sincere and innocent, okay? Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday card is truth. That's interesting, because we were just talking about how the innocent card may be about some truth being revealed midweek. So maybe there is truth being revealed midweek, and maybe it's not like on a news kind of level. Maybe in your life there's some innocence that's coming up because you're seeing the truth of a situation, or some information that was being kept from you that was making you feel bad or guilty about something. Some truth may be coming to light where you're realizing you don't have to feel bad about it, that you're not the guilty party here. Or that things are not the way that you thought that they were. I do feel, Taurus, that for some of you, somebody is going to, and this is not for all of you, but I am feeling this, Taurus. I feel somebody is going to be approaching you and revealing some kind of secret to you that was not told to you, or information that was kept from you in your childhood. You may have suspicions about something. For some of you, it could be suspicions about something you vaguely remember, but you can't put your finger on it. And somebody's like, you know what? You need to know this now. Like, you're old enough, you're ready. You might have a lot of unanswered questions, or it might explain some things to you, or it might make some certain things make sense to you. about how things were. So if any of you grew up with a feeling or a sense of there being some kind of an elephant in the room and you didn't know what it was, you're like, are one of my parents not my real parents? Was I adopted? Am I being told the truth about what happened to a certain family member? Am I being told the truth about what happened to me? So there might be just some kind of vague fuzziness that you've never been sure about. And I do feel for some of you, Taurus, somebody is coming up, maybe an older family member. And it could be because they're like, maybe they're significantly older. Maybe they're thinking about like, oh, the day is going to come that I'm going to cross over and I'm going to, have to deal with what's on my conscience. And so they might be just coming to you because they're thinking that this is the right thing to do. Like they might be worried about telling you. They might feel like other family members are going to get mad at them for telling you, or that there might be like some consequences because some people might not want the truth to be told about them. But this person, I feel like, they might be a little bit older and thinking about, oh, well, like, am I going to be able to pass over with a clear conscience knowing I've held on to this information? So there could be something happening where you're being told the truth of a situation. And it might really be a big one. Like it might be a doozy, right? It might be a doozy. But I do feel like truth is being revealed for some of you. I would encourage you to take a screenshot of this card or pause and all the cards in general and see which pictures are jumping out at you, what they're telling you, how they're speaking to you, and going ahead and seeing like what messages you're receiving for yourself intuitively. That eye also does make me feel, Taurus, like some of you might feel like you have been kept an eye on in situations at work, or like a work situation. Maybe like people were trying to make you look bad in a certain way. But again, I feel like the truth is coming out about those situations as well. Like, where like the truth is coming out. Like if somebody has been complaining about you or saying, oh, Taurus is doing this, Taurus is doing that, because they've been trying to sabotage you in some way, or hoping that you're gonna, get in trouble in some way. But I feel like you've been watched, or you're being watched. And so just keep doing your job, keep doing what you're supposed to do, and it's going to go favorable for you. It's going to go well for you. In fact, I feel like whoever is saying these things about you, they're the ones doing it. Isn't it funny how that happens? The people that accuse you of certain things are the ones that are actually doing it themselves, and that truth is going to come out, and they're not going to be able to avoid that. So just keep doing what you're doing, keep doing your job, keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, and the facts will speak for themselves. Okay, we're going to go ahead and check out your spirit message for the week, and we're going to use this deck here. And again, if you have any questions, or if you want to check out the cards I'm using, I always have a link in the description to the cards. Guys, also don't forget to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. They might bring in a little extra information that could be very helpful to you. And so I suggest doing that as well. Okay. So our lovely little bird here. Unity, Taurus, unity. So there's going to be a coming together, okay? These truths that are being revealed, or those of you who are having a secret being revealed to you, it's being done in the spirit of togetherness. Being done in the spirit of togetherness. I feel like some of you, that tree is jumping out at me, and I immediately thought a family tree. So some of you may have family members that you've been estranged from that are resurfacing or reaching out to you. Some of you may find out you have siblings that you didn't even know about. There could be some truth being revealed in that way, but it's being brought about in a way of, again, unity, togetherness. And I really do feel like, Taurus, this also really emphasizes what was coming for you in the middle of the week with the Innocence card, about looking for ways in which you may have been putting up walls or in which maybe you have been distancing yourself from others. You may have been coming out of a time of extreme loneliness. And this Unity card is saying that as your eyes are opening to the ways that maybe you have been, distancing certain people or putting walls up against certain people or pushing certain people away, you're going to learn to connect on a way that makes us all just kind of people, right? People at the end of the day who are just trying to do our job. People at the end of the day who are just trying to get through life, and being able to connect and feeling that togetherness, feeling that oneness, not feeling so isolated or alienated anymore. Okay, so I really do feel that is coming up for many of you this week. It's going to come in different ways for different ones of you. Again, I encourage you to take a screenshot of the card or pause it and see what's jumping out at you. A lot of the things that I'm seeing in the tree make me think of Easter eggs. So in terms of timing, if some of you are asking when you're going to feel like your main goals are being met, or the main thing that you're longing for, or this sense of unity coming in, it may be starting this week on and through the next few months, and then maybe sometime around Easter, which I believe is end of March or mid-April. I know it changes and it fluctuates. I don't know when Easter is going to be in 2020, but it's going to be sometime in the spring, March, April time. There's going to be this completion of basically, having the sense of unity or togetherness or soul family, or connected in the family tree, whatever it may be. All right, my dears, if you're looking for more details in love, watch the September love readings. The link is in the description for those. If you would like a private reading, I'm more than happy to do that for you. If you click on the Calendly link in the description of the video, it will take you to all the information you need. What kind of readings I offer, how much they cost, how to schedule. It's all there in that one little link right up there where it says Calendly. I thank you all so very much for watching, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for following and interacting on the social media, on Instagram and Facebook. And I'm wishing you a fabulous week, Taurus.